Hey, good morning. Another day, another video. It's Tony from Safe Haven. And before we begin, go ahead, take a minute to click like and subscribe. Go ahead and hit the bell notification because when I post something, I want y'all to know. I want y'all to be the first. First of all, big thank you to all of my subscribers, a little over 200 of them. That means there's over 200 people that I'm able to help on a weekly basis. And, it's a big thing. It's major. That's the best we can hope for. Hopefully me sharing my story, what I've learned, can help somebody out there. There's tons of great YouTubers out there who are helping people. Surviving narc abuse or surviving any kind of abuse is no easy feat. And today I wanted to just, briefly touch on the fact that as we heal and as we move forward, we start to see the necessity of boundaries, the necessity of walls, the necessity of limits. And one of the things I learned coming out of bad situations and moving forward in life is sticking to my boundaries and being okay with them. Especially when you're healing up from being with someone who you were intimate with and they've lied to you, they've stolen from you, they've cheated from you, they've cheated on you, they've stolen time and money and or money from you. You start to understand, you know what, I'm going to start listening to my inner voice more, and I'm going to start setting fences up so that I don't have to go through this again. Now, there's a healthy way of doing it, there's an unhealthy way in which we push everybody away, and then there's a healthy way of defining the boundaries and saying, okay, these are my boundaries, this is what I'm comfortable with, this is what I'm not comfortable with. And as soon as you start to feel uncomfortable with something, you address it, and if the situation doesn't change, you leave, right? I want you guys to understand that boundaries are a good thing. And don't let anybody guilt you into lowering your standards, lowering your boundaries, lowering your, stopping your convictions. Especially as you get to know someone, especially as you start to enter the dating world again, or as you just reevaluate your friendships, you reevaluate your family and things like that. You start saying, this is what I will allow, this is what I will not allow. Even boundaries with the narc, this is what we're going to talk about, this is what we're not going to talk about. You're going to get pushback. You're going to get people saying, oh, aren't you being a little sticklish? You're gonna be with somebody or date someone, and then they're gonna trigger your boundaries, or they're gonna cross your boundaries 1, 2, or 3 times too many, depending on what kind of boundary it is, right? But for argument's sake, let's say 1 time too many, and you're gonna tell them, you know what? I'm sorry, this isn't gonna work out. And they're gonna bargain, they're gonna plead, they're gonna get angry. They're like, how dare you? Are you kidding me? Listen, I'm going to tell you right now, don't let anyone guilt you into not standing firm to your boundaries, not standing firm to your convictions, not standing firm to listening to your inner voice. It doesn't matter who this person is or where they came from or how they entered into your life or in what capacity. If they out here trying to undermine your feelings or invalidate you in any way, you got to cut them off. It doesn't matter who or what they are to you. Your feelings matter. Your happiness matters. Your internal compass matters. Your vision for your life matters. Your dreams that you have matter. Don't let anybody tell you otherwise. Okay? This is something that I learned just on my own. This is something I've learned by watching other abuse survivors as they go about their daily business in the world. It's like, you know what? I'm focused, I'm set. These are things I will tolerate in a relationship or in a conversation or an interaction. These are things I will not tolerate. You either abide by that or you keep it moving. And look, if you run into someone like that, appreciate that. Open communication. Be like, what are some things that trigger you? What are some things that that we could work on in our interactions, whatever. Talk, converse, communicate. Yes, but understand, if you have a barrier or a boundary about something you don't feel comfortable with, and this person keeps pushing for it, and they consistently don't listen, show them the door. That's it. And when you do, yeah, they'll kick back and they'll be like, oh, how could you? You'll be all right. You lived in congruence with your inner voice. That's not going to change. Your peace is more valuable than being trampled on by others. Your peace, your vision, your life is more valuable than you constantly letting someone else dictate or push your boundaries. If there's certain things you don't like doing with your partner or someone that you're dating, if there's certain things you don't like doing with a family member or a friend, if there's certain things that make you feel uncomfortable in your workplace, speak up. And if someone gets an attitude with you, let them. Because I guarantee the anger is 99% of the time not directed towards you. It's because how you make them feel or because you reflect back to them something that they need to change. Okay? So, with that being said, I just wanted to put that bug in your ear. Make this week the week of boundaries. All right? A lot of us are going back to work. A lot of us are going back to school or are back at school or whatever. I know coronavirus ain't going nowhere, but, hopefully things are going to start calming down. Hopefully we'll, have a holiday season or something. Hopefully, right? But please, don't let anyone make you feel bad for sticking with your boundaries. This goes for guys and gals, okay? This is a skill that generally kids are not taught. In fact, as kids, we're told that our boundaries and our space and all that is pretty much, well, in most homes that I know, kids' personal boundaries and space is not really valued. And you grow up from that and you have this mentality like, okay, yeah, I'm going to let other people walk all over me, right? And they'll guilt trip you and all this good stuff. But, yeah, stick with your boundaries. Don't let no one guilt you into letting your boundaries go. Have those uneasy conversations with people. And you know what? If they can't take it, escort them. If they can't take the heat, escort them out the kitchen. Period. People who don't respect your boundaries, who don't want to hear your side, who don't want to understand why you feel comfortable with certain things or uncomfortable about other things, do not deserve a seat at your table in any capacity. Any capacity. In life, you're either going through it or you're growing through it. You got to grow, baby. You got to grow. Have a good one, y'all.